Hi friends, this is a video for class 11 economics. People who have not studied economics till class 10, perhaps you have to pay attention here because 11 economics is is a is a real good combination of many issues which you have to study as you come to class 11. So if you have not studied economics earlier, perhaps you have to be a little more attentive, and those who have already studied, they should also be a little careful. They should be in a position to recall what they have studied at the plus 2 levels prior level, that is at class 9 and class 10. So in class 11, basically what I am discussing here is class 11 ISC, but then again this will be equally good for for other boards also. Somewhat, some of the things will be common, but this is with ISC students in mind. So first thing, uh, in this video we will be discussing the first part, which is understanding economics. Okay, understanding understanding economics. This is what we are going to study here, or rather we will try to understand that what all is being discussed as per syllabus under this subhead. Now the first thing you have to know is the definitions of economics. Okay, you have to pay attention on definitions definitions of economics. Okay, now who defines economics? Of course, when you are saying definitions, there have to be some very important definitions. There are certain names which you will come across, like Adam Smith. Okay, Adam Smith. I've just mentioned one in bold because there are others also. So there is Marshall, Alfred Marshall. Okay, Alfred Alfred Marshall. This, you have to know these names in case you are interested in economics in a very, what do you call, in a very passionate way. Then you have to know all of them. Perhaps you have to read a little bit about them, though it may not be in your syllabus directly. You have Robbins. I'm just running a little faster. Robbins we have. Then we have Samuelson. Okay, Samuelson. These are the people, and you have to understand economics. What the syllabus says further is that you have to have basic understanding of economics and all that which takes place in economic world or economic phenomena, as they mentioned. You have to know, and this has to be explained to you, or you have to understand this, you know in the concept of scarcity and allocation of resources. Now see, mark these words. What is scarcity? Scarcity and vis-a-vis, scarcity, and when there's a scarcity, you have you have to allocate resources. Allocation of resources. Okay, so if you are not familiar, let me just tell you in brief. Scarcity is, when you have something which is needed but it's lesser in quantity than what we actually need, so that's scarcity. Resources is everything that we have at our end, using which we will manufacture certain products, or we will uh, form some kind of service which can be offered to the consumer. So whatever resources we have, how do we make the best use of these resources? Maybe say steel which is produced, or land which we have. Okay, or other things that we require for production. So if we have a limited resource, where should we allocate that resource? That you will study here. Besides this, uh, you also have to, once you know the definitions, you have to understand this, how it all works, and what are the good things or bad things about these definitions that you are going to study here. As say number one here, let me just put a sub number one here. Okay, the second thing which you will be studying here is micro and macroeconomics. Micro and macro. Now the same thing, if you have studied economics earlier, you recall the same thing was there for you in class 9. Here what you have to study, not much if you have studied earlier, but maybe in a better way. You have to understand the meaning, differences, between the two concepts, what is microeconomics, macroeconomics, and then certain concepts you have to study. I'll just mention the concepts here which you have to study, very important, and you have to know them properly. Okay, let me just put the concepts here. What are the concepts we need to study? I'm putting the terms, and all these terms are going to be very important for you. Okay, utility, UTILITY. Okay, then you have price. Price as an economics, we know this is a general term as well. Value. Okay, what else we have? Wealth. Wow, what a term. Yeah, health is wealth. Now what is wealth in economics, that we have to know. This is very important term. Welfare. WELFARE. Welfare you have to study. Then maybe your favorite, money. Of course, money. Economics, you have to study money. Market. What is market in economics? Not your local, say, market in sense you say I'm going to market. Of course that's a market, but market here as in economics, where buyers sellers come together, they exchange goods, and there's some kind of blah blah blah. So there's a lot you have to study as a market. Market is going to be important term. Capital. What is capital? Not a capital city, but capital. Is it money capital? Is it the goods that we are talking about? You have to be clear. Investment. You must have heard of this term. Investment. What is investment? How and what is investment? Okay. Next concept which you have to know is, and this is income. Income. Okay. Then you have production and consumption. These are important ones. Production you have to study. What is production? Okay. Then consumption. Let's write this. Consumption. Okay. Production, consumption. Saving, business cycle. Okay. What is saving? Savings in your bank. Saving. Business cycle. What kind of cycle is this? My god, if you have not heard, think about it. Business cycle. What is business cycle? Okay. Next is aggregate demand and aggregate supply. See, there's a term called aggregate. Okay. Aggregate, and the two terms, demand and supply. Yeah. So these are the ones we have to know here. And in terms of micro and macro, what you also have to know is, you have to know the meaning of these two concepts. What is microeconomics, what is macroeconomics, and the difference between the two you have to know. And you need to have an understanding about the concepts. About what concepts? Of the terms. What are the terms? What are human wants? Okay, I'll just mention these terms. You are expected to know, or you need to understand what are these concepts. And the concepts are, I'll just jot down here as per your syllabus. You have to know these concepts. Human wants. Okay, human, let me put it, human wants. Okay, this you have to know as a concept. Then you have to know factors, or human wants. You should know the classification. What are the wants? What kind of wants? Next you have to know in this is, you have to know factors of production. Okay, this is another term. Factors of production. Okay, I hope you are understanding what I'm saying. Like, what are the factors, or what are the things we require for production in an economy? There's another thing which you have to know. I'm just mentioning it as utility. Okay, utility. Now utility, you have to understand what are the different kinds of utilities. Okay, what are the different kinds of utility? Then you have is features. Okay, total utility, marginal utility, diminishing marginal utility. You have to understand three things here. Total utility, then you have marginal utility, MARGINI, marginal, and you have marginal, and then you have diminishing marginal utility. Diminishing marginal marginal utility, very important. Okay, so one is total utility, which is this one, marginal utility, and diminishing marginal utility. So this is the third thing which you have to know here. Next term which you have to know here is price. Okay, and under price you have to know the definition, the general rise and fall in price. Okay, when prices rise, I'm just putting an arrow here, and prices fall. So what is all this? This we have to study and understand here. And then you have in, you know, fall and this rise and fall in prices. Value, there's a term called value. Just one second, let me just move a little ahead here, get you a whiteboard here. Okay, now value we have to study. Of anything that you have in economic sense, it must be having some kind of value. Now value can be, you know, real or nominal. Let's put it there, real value and nominal value. Okay, so what is real value of something, what is nominal value? I mean, just value as such, you know, that it has a value. What is nominal value, but what is the real value? You have to understand this. Next term is, again we are coming back to the same term in detail, is wealth. This you have to study. You know what is, you know, you have to know the term, and there is much more under wealth which you have to study. Let's come to there's another important topic which we have just mentioned above, is welfare. Okay, so welfare has a lot of things associated with itself as a term which you have to go through. You know, what is economic welfare, social welfare, relation between wealth and welfare, very important. Okay, then next is, again we have already mentioned above, is money. So under money, what you are going to study later here is you know, say money, how money market, or not money market, say money economy, that is precisely the term. How is an economy running on money? And money economy versus barter economy, where there was no money but you used to exchange goods for another good, another one good for another good or for service, and that was called a barter economy. So I'm not delving deep here, but I've just mentioned that you have to study what is money economy. So you have to understand what is meaning and size of it. Then again, you have to know the term capital, which we mentioned above. I'm just mentioning it here once more. Okay, what is capital in economics, and what do we actually intend to understand with this term here? I'm just moving a little fast so that I finish this as soon as possible, otherwise it gets very long. Investment, meaning of investment, you know, as a process of capital formation. So I've just mentioned investment above. Let me mention investment you have to study, and how investment leads to formation of capital. Okay, capital, see capital, I have just revised here for you what is capital. So how investment and capital are related. Okay, in what sense? Next is income. Okay, under income you will study meaning and factor incomes. What is income? Any idea? What you earn is income, perhaps. So factors of, you know, factors under income we are going to study factor income, sorry, factor incomes. So this is we are going to study under incomes. Then comes your production, consumption, and you have to study both of these. And the last you know, term which you have to know here is you have to study, as I said, production, consumption, saving. And saving, let me just mention this is important here, saving. Okay, under saving we will study the meaning of saving, what is saving, and under this individual, you know, individual and aggregate, we will study this under two categories here. Let me put as aggregate. Okay, so this is about aggregate savings. Next we move on. Third part after this is, yes, the next important part is, which we have to know, is basic problems of an economy. Let me put it as number 3. You're going to study here basic problems of an economy. I'll jump here, not being I will not be explaining this in detail, but I'm just mentioning. So here what you have to understand is what are the problems in an economy, and you know, what should be the production, how much should be produced, For whom are we going to produce? And efficient use of resources. Mind it, in the beginning we said scarcity and resources, allocation of resources. This is the most important part you have to know in economics. So if you have resources, how to allocate them, what will you produce, in what quantity will you produce, and for whom are you going to produce. So the basic problem here is of scarcity and the choice that we need to make to allocate resources to produce something. This is very important here, and all the economies are actually, you know, they have to take a decision on this, like how much should they produce, what should they produce, for whom should they produce. Let's move on to another part here, is that yes, there is another thing which you have to know, concept of, let's move on to the next thing under this, is this you have to know. Now if you are new, please be attentive in this part. Concept of production possibility curve. There is a term, production possibility like, can you just tell you in brief? See, there are three words: production possibility curve. You know, it is much of it you will understand by the term itself, okay? And so this we will discuss, of course, once you are studying this in the chapter, or in the chapter concerned. And what to produce, how to produce, whom to produce, this is important, which you have to know. Now when you study production possibility curve, there is one more concept which comes into play, and that is called role of technology. Okay, you may be producing something given certain factors in an economy. The moment we have some kind of technology around, what happens to production possibility curve, you know, how it gets shifted, or how technology actually affects, you know, production possibilities. Let's go to the next point here under our discussion right now, is number 4, which is we are going to discuss in class 11, first module, is types of economies. Types of economies. Okay, now first thing is, what is an economy? And once you are familiar with, you know, what is an economy, then you can always define what are the different types of economies. Okay, so, and there is a concept called developed and developing. Yeah, now you must be anyway familiar with this term, but I'm just mentioning. What is a developed economy and what is a developing economy in the world? Which is a country which you may consider as developed, and which is the one which may be considered as developing? This is in terms of kind of growth which takes place. And there is another term, economic system. Okay, economic system, that is, what is the idea of running an economy in a given country. So economic systems can be, this can be capitalism. Okay, these are very interesting ones once you start reading these. Capitalism, okay, is an economy capitalistic? Then you have socialism. Okay, are there socialist countries in the world? And what are mixed economies? Okay, mixed economy. And how do these systems or different economies actually take care of the problems in the country? What do they do actually? Next, what you have to study is, as I mentioned earlier, developed and developing. So you have to have an understanding of development. Okay, and of course we are studying in India, so we need to have the Indian context here. Okay, Indian context you have to know. Okay, this is important. And you can take a neighboring country here to study, like China. This also, in terms of growth, you know what our growths are, what is the population in both the countries, the development in both the countries. Now comes next is, which you may have touched upon in say history civics, is the regional and global economic groups we are talking about. First and foremost around you is, if you see SAARC, okay, the countries which are, you know, India and neighbors, this is SAARC. You have European Union, European, okay, this you have to know. You have ASEAN, ASEAN, ASEAN. You have G8, you have G20, okay. Basic knowledge, okay, what are this, then you have to know what are the different types of economic systems, definitions, and you know all, you know, goods and good and bad things, or maybe the drawbacks and the plus features of the different kinds of economic systems, capitalism, socialism, mixed economy. So this all you have to study here. This is in the what do you call, the first unit that we are going to study in economics. So I think this is somewhat clear to you, and there is not much of a concern if you are actually reading through all these. So let me just go back and revise what is first module. Class 11 is understanding economics, the definitions of economics, right? See here on the screen. So you have to know the definitions of economics. There are different names here: Adam Smith, Marshall, Robbins, Samuelson, how they defined. Then next point is we are going to study scarcity and resources, how you put resources together. This is the first thing we will study here. The second point is everything under micro and macroeconomics, okay. So that's so many concepts which you have to go through, but you have to understand all of these. There's utility, price, value, wealth, okay, welfare, mark these terms, money, I mean important terms, all of these, market, capital, investment, income, and each one is important: production, consumption, saving, business cycle, aggregate demand and supply, okay. Very important concepts here, and you must read all of it, don't just skip. Human wants, when you talk about human wants, then what are human wants, and you know, if there is further studying here, I mean, you know, what are human wants and etc., this all you will study. Factors of production, very important, class 10 also, I think 9 10 you touched upon these, so you should study those. Then you have utility, and in utility you have the different things: total utility, marginal utility, and diminishing marginal utility, very important. Price, rising or rise and fall. Then you come to value, real value, nominal value, wealth, welfare, and money. See, if you are studying economics, this module is going to give you an idea, a detailed idea of everything, which is going to come back again and again in different chapters in different formats, okay. Then we have capital, investment, and how capital and investment are, you know, related or linked to each other. What is the effect of investment on capital? Then you come on income, factor incomes, okay. And then we have, you know, saving at the individual and at the aggregate level, and basic problems of economy, which we have to study. And when you study basic problems of economy, there is something interesting which you have to study, which is called here, as I mentioned, the production possibility curve. And what is the role of technology when technology is introduced, what happens to production in a country. Then you have to study types of economies, developed versus developing, and the economic systems, namely capitalism, socialism, and mixed economy. So these are three things which will be of interest to you, right? And of course, when all of it you have studied, then we have to pay a little attention to our country, India. You know, in the Indian context you are going to study, and you can take a neighboring country like China, so we can study what, you know, comparative study of what all is happening in the neighborhood and in our country. Regional groupings, you know, SAARC, European Union, ASEAN, G8, G20. Now this is very basic syllabus you should start with, and there will be more, you know, which you are going to have in class 11. It's an interesting subject, let me tell you. Only thing is that you need to have a little interest, a little attention, because this is going to be very helpful to you no matter what you study after you plus 2. Thanks for watching. If you like, please share the video or subscribe. or do both. Thank you so much.